The power of silence. Silence is not weakness. It is power in its purest form. In a world where everyone is eager to speak, eager to share, and eager to broadcast their every thought, the person who learns to remain silent holds a rare kind of strength. Silence is not the absence of words. It is the presence of wisdom. It is the sacred space where God whispers answers, where your soul regains clarity, and where strength is born. When you go through struggles, whether financial, emotional, or spiritual, your first instinct may be to share, to vent, to let the world know what you are going through. And while speaking your truth may bring temporary relief, you must understand that not everyone is capable of holding your struggles with the respect they deserve. Some people listen only to judge, some to gossip, and some even to rejoice in your pain. The truth is, not every ear is worthy of your story. There is a deep spiritual lesson in learning to protect your struggles with silence. Think of it this way. When a seed is planted, it does not demand attention. It does not scream for recognition. It rests in silence, in darkness, hidden beneath the soil. And in that silence, it begins to grow roots. It begins to gain strength, and eventually, it rises strong enough to face the sun. Your struggles are like that seed. They need the soil of silence to develop into strength. If you expose them too soon, you risk weakening the process of growth. When you practice silence, you are not denying your pain. You are elevating it. You are choosing to process it in the sacred space between you and God instead of exposing it to a world that may not understand. Silence allows you to take control of your healing. It keeps you from reacting out of desperation and instead teaches you to respond with wisdom. Many people mistake silence for passivity, but it is the opposite. Silence is active. It's a shield, a weapon, a form of protection for your spirit. When you remain silent about your personal struggles, you deny others the chance to use your pain as their entertainment. You deny them the chance to label you, to box you in, or to reduce your identity to a single struggle. You keep your dignity intact, your spirit guarded, and your future protected. Think of the great men and women who changed the world. They were not loud about their struggles. They were intentional. They endured seasons of pain in silence, and when they finally emerged, they came out stronger, wiser, and unstoppable. Their silence was not a sign of weakness. It was a strategy of strength. So, remember this. The next time life presses down on you, resist the urge to announce your struggle to everyone. Sit in the silence. Pray in the silence. Grow in the silence. Because silence is not empty. It is full of answers, healing, and divine strength. Protect it. Financial struggles. One of the most sensitive struggles you can face in life is financial hardship. And yet, it is also one of the most dangerous things to share openly with others. Money has a strange way of revealing the true character of the people around you. Some will act supportive when you are doing well, but the moment they sense weakness in your finances, their attitude begins to change. Suddenly, they may start treating you with pity, or worse, with judgment. They may begin to question your decisions, your value, and your future. The truth is this. Your financial struggles are not for public discussion. They are not meant to be broadcast to friends, neighbors, or casual acquaintances. Why? Because most people will not understand the full story. They see the surface, but not the sacrifice. They see the lack, but not the lessons. They see the struggle, but not the strength being built inside of you. When you share financial struggles with the wrong people, you give them permission to label you. They may begin to see you as someone less capable, someone not successful, or someone failing. And those labels can stick in their minds long after your struggle has passed. Remember, your financial lack is temporary, but the way people perceive you after you expose it may leave lasting scars. Money is also one of the easiest ways people exploit others. If you reveal that you are struggling, some may take advantage of you by offering false help or unfair deals. Others may distance themselves, fearing you will ask for assistance. And still, others may quietly celebrate your hardship, using it as a way to feel superior. This is why wisdom teaches us to be silent in times of financial lack. Instead of exposing your struggles, channel that energy into planning, discipline, and prayer. Silence does not mean denial, it means strategy. While others are busy talking about the ire lack, you are working in the shadows, building a foundation for a stronger tomorrow. Financial success is not born in the spotlight. It is born in the hidden sacrifices no one sees. Every coin saved, every temptation resisted, every step of discipline taken in silence builds a wealth that will one day speak for itself. Think about it. The wealthiest and wisest people rarely discuss their financial struggles with the world. They guard their privacy, work diligently, and let their results become the testimony. You must do the same. Don't let temporary lack define you, and don't give people the power to define your worth by your wallet. Remember this spiritual truth. Money is a tool, not your identity. Your financial situation does not determine your value. Riches may come and go, but wisdom, patience, and faith are what sustain you. Instead of announcing your struggles, lift them to God in prayer. Ask Him for guidance, discipline, and provision, because when He opens a door, no man can shut it. So protect your financial journey with silence. Work in private, sacrifice in private, build in private. And when the time is right, your success will shine so brightly that it will speak louder than words ever could. Family conflicts. Family is one of the greatest blessings in life, but it can also be one of the greatest sources of struggle. No family is perfect. Every household has disagreements, conflicts, and hidden scars. But here is the spiritual truth. Never expose your family struggles to outsiders. What happens within your home should remain within the sacred walls of love, patience, and prayer. When you share family conflicts with outsiders, you risk something far greater than just embarrassment. You risk the peace and unity of your home. Outsiders rarely understand the full picture. They hear only fragments, twisted by emotion, and begin to form opinions that may last forever. What you reveal in a moment of frustration, anger, or hurt may be remembered by them long after you have forgiven and moved on. While you may choose to reconcile with your family tomorrow, outsiders may continue to judge based on what you shared yesterday. This is why wisdom teaches us to protect the dignity of our household. Airing out your family's flaws does not heal. It exposes. And once those private matters are out in the open, they can never truly be taken back. Outsiders may gossip, criticize, or even use your words to divide your family further. The sacred bond of family is not meant to be handled carelessly. It must be guarded with intention. Think of your family like a temple. A temple may have cracks, repairs, and imperfections, but it remains a holy place because it is honored and protected. The same is true for your home. It may have disagreements, mistakes, or even seasons of pain, but it is still sacred. To protect it, you must learn when to remain silent and when to heal in private. This does not mean you should suppress your pain. It means you should seek the right place to release it. Instead of venting to outsiders, take your conflicts to God in prayer. Talk to Him about your frustrations, your hurts, and your disappointments. Or, if necessary, seek guidance from a wise and trusted mentor who will help you without judgment. But never throw your family's struggles into the hands of those who cannot respect their sacredness. Remember this, family is forever. Friends may come and go, co-workers may change, and relationships may shift, but family ties are deep and lasting. Protecting those ties requires wisdom and discretion. When you choose silence instead of exposure, you create space for forgiveness and healing to grow. When you choose prayer instead of gossip, you invite divine guidance into your home. Many families have been broken not because of the conflict itself, but because of the outsiders who were invited into the conflict. Their words, their judgments, their interference created wounds deeper than the original disagreement. Don't give outsiders that power. So when conflict arises in your family, remember, protect your home, guard your words, heal in private, pray in silence. Because your family's honor is not just your responsibility, it is a reflection of your wisdom, maturity, and spiritual strength. Relationship struggles. Love is one of the most sacred experiences a human being can have, but it is also one of the most fragile. Relationships, whether marriage, partnership, or even a deep friendship, are built on trust, respect, and private intimacy. And because they are sacred, the struggles within them must be protected, not exposed. When you constantly share the difficulties in your relationship with outsiders, you risk weakening the very bond that holds you together. What is meant to be private between two hearts becomes public property. People begin to form opinions, judgments, and narratives about your partner, your love, and your commitment, opinions that may linger long after the conflict itself is resolved. Here is the danger. While you and your partner may forgive each other, those outsiders you confided in may never forget. They will remember every negative detail you shared, every fight you described, every complaint you voiced. And the next time they see your partner, they will not see the love you share. They will only see the flaws you exposed. This creates distance, mistrust, and tension that would never have existed if you had chosen silence. Relationships require protection, and protection begins with discretion. Not every fight needs to be narrated. Not every misunderstanding needs an audience. Sometimes what your relationship needs most is not advice from outsiders, but patience, communication, and prayer between you and your partner. Yes, there may be times when you need guidance, but guidance should come from a trusted mentor, a counselor, or a spiritual advisor, someone neutral, wise, and capable of helping without bias. But even then, share only what is necessary, never everything. Because the truth is, no one outside your relationship will ever fully understand the depth of your bond. Only the two of you, with God's help, can truly resolve it. And be careful, because not all advice comes from a pure place. Some people give advice out of jealousy, secretly hoping your relationship fails. Others may project their own brokenness onto your situation, giving you advice that leads to more damage instead of healing. Protect your love from those hidden dangers by keeping your struggles guarded. Think about this spiritual principle. What is sacred must be hidden until it is strong. A newborn child is protected in the womb before it enters the world. A seed grows in the darkness of the soil before it breaks through the ground. In the same way, your relationship must be protected in private, so it can grow strong enough to withstand the pressures of the outside world. So the next time you face struggles in love, resist the urge to post about it, gossip about it, or vent to people who do not have your best interest at heart. Instead, sit down with your partner, speak with love, listen with patience, and invite God into the center of your bond. Because what you heal in private becomes unshakable in public, but what you expose in public becomes harder to heal in private. Protect your relationship like the treasure it is. Guard it with silence. Strengthen it with communication, and cover it with prayer. That is how love not only survives struggles, but thrives through them. Personal dreams and goals. Your dreams are sacred. They are not random thoughts floating in your mind. They are seeds planted in your soul by God Himself. But here is the truth. Not every dream is meant to be shared, especially in its early stages. Some dreams need silence, patience, and private nurturing before they are ready to face the light of day. When you share your goals too early, you invite not only encouragement, but also doubt, criticism, and jealousy. The reality is that not everyone who listens to your dream wants to see it succeed. Some will smile to your face while secretly hoping you fail. Others will inject negativity, telling you why it can't be done, planting seeds of doubt in your spirit. And often, these words don't just bounce off, they sink deep, making you question whether your dream is even possible. History is full of people whose visions were destroyed, not because they lacked ability, but because they shared their dreams with the wrong people. The wrong voices can suffocate a dream before it ever has the chance to grow. That is why silence is your shield. When you guard your goals, you give them the space to grow roots, to gain strength, and to prepare for manifestation. Think of a seed in the soil. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't need applause. It grows quietly, in the darkness, until one day it breaks through the surface, strong enough to face the world. Your dreams work the same way. They need the hidden season of silence before they can bloom in strength. When you protect your dreams, you are also protecting your energy. Dreams require focus, discipline, and consistency. But when you talk too much about them, you release that energy prematurely. Instead of working, you start seeking validation. Instead of building, you start defending your vision to doubters. That energy should be spent on action, not explanation. This doesn't mean you should never share your goals. It means you must be wise about when and with whom you share them. Share only with those who have the maturity to support you, the wisdom to guide you, and the purity of heart to celebrate your growth without jealousy. But even then, let your actions speak louder than your words. There is a spiritual power in moving in silence. People may wonder what you're doing, but when the results show, they won't be able to deny the work you've done. Let your success be your voice. Let your transformation be your testimony. Remember, every great leader, every visionary, every world changer carried dreams that were once laughed at, doubted, or ignored. But they didn't let the noise destroy them. They worked in silence, endured the process, and when the time was right, the world could no longer deny their greatness. So guard your dreams. Don't water them with unnecessary words. Water them with discipline, faith, and action. Don't expose them to the wrong people. Expose them only to the light of God's timing. Because when you protect your goals in silence, you allow them to grow into something so powerful that they can no longer be hidden. Inner pain and emotional struggles. The deepest struggles a human being faces are not the ones visible to the world. They are the silent battles within the heart and mind. Inner pain, emotional wounds, and private struggles are some of the most sacred experiences of your life. And here is the truth: not everyone deserves access to them. When you open up your deepest pain to the wrong people, you risk misunderstanding, judgment, and even betrayal. Some may pretend to care, but behind closed doors they use your vulnerability as gossip. Others may weaponize your pain, using your weakness against you in the future. And some will simply never understand, leaving you feeling even more alone after sharing. This is why wisdom teaches us: protect your emotional struggles, for they are sacred. Not every tear is meant to be explained. Not every sleepless night is meant to be announced. Sometimes the safest place for your pain is in the quiet space between you and God, because He listens without judgment, heals without condition, and strengthens without exposing you. When you take your emotional battles to Him, you find true healing, not just sympathy. Silence does not mean you are ignoring your pain. It means you are choosing the right place to release it. Sitting with your struggles in prayer, journaling them in private, or seeking wise counsel from a trusted mentor or spiritual guide are far more powerful than handing your emotions over to people who cannot carry them. Here is a spiritual truth: pain transforms you. Every inner battle has the potential to either break you or build you. But the outcome depends on where you place that pain. When you hand it to careless people, it breaks you further. When you hand it to God, it shapes you into strength, wisdom, and resilience. Think about the strongest people you know. They are not strong because they never had pain. They are strong because they learned how to endure it without letting the world define them by it. They chose silence, they chose prayer, they chose growth. And in that silence, they discovered a version of themselves that was unshakable. Many people make the mistake of confusing vulnerability with exposure. Vulnerability is sacred. It belongs to those who have earned your trust, those who can handle your heart with care. Exposure, on the other hand, is throwing your wounds into the hands of people who have no idea how to carry them. Learn the difference. Protect your spirit by choosing wisely who, if anyone, has the right to hear your inner pain. Your struggles are not signs of weakness. They are invitations to rise higher. They are opportunities for you to grow closer to God, to strengthen your inner self, and to transform your pain into wisdom. The world does not need to know every detail of your suffering. What it needs is the light that will shine from you once you've healed, once you've overcome, and once you've turned that pain into purpose. So remember this: keep your emotional battles sacred. Cry in silence if you must. Pray with intensity. Journal your feelings. Seek healing in God's presence, because in the quiet, in the stillness, in the sacred silence of your struggle, He is writing your testimony. And when the time is right, your healing will speak louder than any words ever could. Life is a journey filled with struggles, financial hardships, family conflicts, relationship challenges, unspoken dreams, and deep emotional battles. These struggles are not meant to destroy you. They are meant to shape you, to teach you, and to prepare you for the next season of your life. But the greatest wisdom you can carry with you is this: not every struggle should be shared. Some burdens are sacred, and when you protect them in silence, you protect your destiny. Throughout this journey, you have seen that silence is not weakness, it is strength. It is the shield that guards your heart and the soil that allows your growth to take root. When you keep certain struggles private, you deny the world the power to define you by your pain. You deny gossipers the satisfaction of using your wounds against you. And most importantly, you give yourself the space to heal, to grow, and to hear the voice of God clearly, without the noise of outside opinions. Think about this. The seed grows in darkness before it reaches the light. The child is formed in the secret place of the womb before it enters the world. The greatest breakthroughs of life always begin in silence. In the same way, your struggles are not meant to be shouted to the crowd. They are meant to be entrusted to God, to your discipline, and to your resilience until the victory is ready to be revealed. Yes, the temptation to share is strong. We all crave understanding, validation, and comfort, but you must discern carefully. Not every ear is worthy of your pain. Not every person is capable of carrying your truth. And not every smile hides pure intentions. Wisdom is knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. Wisdom is choosing to protect your journey until it is ready to shine. And here is the deeper truth. The struggles you keep private today will one day become the testimony that inspires others tomorrow. When you overcome in silence, your success becomes louder than words. When you rise after hardship without announcing every detail of your pain, people will look at you in awe, not understanding how you survived. But you will know it was silence, faith, and perseverance that carried you through. So as you leave this message today, carry this with you. Protect your heart, protect your mind, and protect your struggles. Share wisely, guard sacredly, and trust that God sees every tear, every sacrifice, every sleepless night. You are not alone in your silence. He is with you. And when the time is right, your story will shine so brightly that no one will be able to deny the strength of your journey. Never forget, your struggles are not signs of weakness. They are the stepping stones to your greatness. Protect them, nurture them, and let them transform you. Because in the end, it is not the noise of the world that defines you. It is the quiet victories you achieve in silence that prove who you truly are. Your silence is your strength. Guard it, honor it, live it.